I'm at the Economist Buttonwood Gathering, joined by Steve Rattner, widely known as the car czar after leading the auto task force. Are you pleased with the progress the auto companies have made thus far?
I think the companies are doing great. They have exceeded our expectations, exceeded the projections we made for them, making very good profits even though car sales are still quite depressed. And so the restructuring's worked. What we really want to see happen now is for car sales to go up. Happily, they seem to be going up again, and I think you'll see profits just continue to rise for the companies.
Yet you recently made the point that the U.S. should focus its job creation on intellectual service industries instead of manufacturing. Why is that?
You need to separate the idea of American companies from American jobs, in a sense. We have 3 great American companies in Detroit, but the jobs are a different matter, and we live in a globally competitive world, and it's very hard for us to compete with $55 an hour labor. And so you have 2 choices. The jobs can move offshore, or you can lower the labor rates. And so what I suggested was that we be realistic about how many manufacturing jobs we can retain in the U.S., and try to also understand that the service sector can be a great source of high-paying jobs in the future.
What else can the government be doing right now to aid job creation?
The best thing the government could do right now would be to restructure the federal budget and get its own house in order. The federal budget has increasingly over the last several decades been favoring consumption kind of spending, whether it's entitlements, things like that, rather than investment kind of spending. Government spending on infrastructure has dropped by half in terms of its percent of GDP over the last 20 years. And we're in effect, we're eating our seed corn. We're not reinvesting in our future, and government is a big part of that problem.
Overall, what's your economic outlook for 2012?
I think clearly the risk of a double-dip recession has almost completely gone away. The economy is back on a reasonable growth path, slow but noticeable anyway. And I think that's essentially what our outlook is, that GDP should continue to grow in the 2, maybe 2.5% range. It won't bring down unemployment by very much, but at least there'll be some growth. Longer term, we have to address some of these issues in order to achieve, I think, a higher growth rate.